3, 2, 1, and we're live, Paul. Welcome, everyone, to the 4th episode of the Wrestlevlogs podcast. As always, we have the former Wrestlevlogs champion, Dildo Dude himself, El Chazo.
Hey!
And the mark that gets marked, the first ever Wrestlevlogs champion, Julio.
You forgot to mention that I lost it to a fucking Volkswagen Jetta 2005.
Hey, brother, you got to watch the video.
Damn, Paul.
And on this episode, we've got a very, very special guest.
Oh, yeah.
Self-proclaimed best manager. He is Nastico.
Thank you. I'm going to introduce myself because you suck at it. My name is Nastico, #1 manager of all of wrestling, and now I am the #1 manager of podcasts.
Shit.
Damn, Paul.
Damn.
And I'm here to take over this Wrestlevlog shit.
Yo.
What?
It's like I was gonna say, fuck NXT takeover. It's Nastico takeover right now.
This is the Nastico Takeover podcast, also dubbed the Tiger King podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh, why is it dubbed that?
Well, as many of you may see it on Twitter, Joe Exotic, or the Tiger King, he's trending all over. He loves kinky sex. He's done drugs in the past, and yes, he's broke as shit. So every time we mention, while you're listening, we're playing a drinking game. Anytime we mention Joe Exotic or the Tiger King, you got to take a little drink ski.
Okay, well, let's just everybody drink right now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's Paul.
All right, Julio, take it away.
All right, so let's see, Nastico. Well, you already introduced yourself. How you doing today with this whole mess going on right now?
I mean, I'm doing the best I can, staying clean, washing my hands, sanitizing everything, making sure, I don't cough on people, don't let people cough on me, bitch slapping someone if they don't wash their hands after they pee, just the usual. I'm doing all right, man. It's just scary times, but you're doing what you got to do. What about you? You scared over there? What's it like over there?
The Valley? Nah, it's well, in our county, we just got 14 cases, I believe. I believe about 14 cases.
Dude,
in the whole region,
Here in San Antonio, here in Bexar County, San Antonio, we have like 48, 47.
Wow. So
I think the whole region here in the Valley has around that number now, 37.
Yeah. Julio's county has about 13 last we checked. The county I'm in has 18. So cheers.
Denton has 136.
Oh my God.
And Dallas?
Yeah.
Dallas has a lot. Even more. Dude, Texas is probably the top, besides like New York and California. Texas is probably like the third on the most. And USA is the #1 in total cases right now. Passing China, passing Italy, which is crazy to me.
And that's because people don't listen. I mean, here in the Valley, nobody's listening. Everyone's still out and about. I think I went to HEB like the last day before the curfew and the stay-at-home law, whatever. And people were just having their kids running around Walmarts and everyone just touching everything. I had to get out of there.
I was say it's been like that too. Like just not too long ago, I went to HEB and I was waiting in line. Deadass, no one was practicing social distancing. We're like all like asses to elbows like in this line trying to get some damn eggs. Not to mention at my fucking job, we're like trying to practice social distancing, but I don't want to say what I do, but there's not a way for us to not be close to people. I'm trying to be like as.
All right, I want to guess what you do then. Give me some more hints.
Needles.
Needles. You're a tattoo. You do tattoos.
I wish.
No, he's actually one of Joe Exotic's Tiger Boys.
Yeah.
He's the guy that puts the
Sam
needle
Paul
in.
Yeah, take a drink, boys.
Oh man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the one the one that gave his husbands the meth.
Dude, I can't wait for you guys to get further into the season. I'm on episode 6, like I said. It takes a lot of turns.
Yeah, apparently it's like a emotional roller coaster, so I'm really excited. And I think the best part of it is finding out all these wrestling matches that he had at the Joe Exotic compound, or what's it called, the Tiger compound.
I think it's just called the Joe Exotic compound.
Yeah, people have actually had matches there in Oklahoma.
Moonshine Mantel.
Yeah.
Right on.
All right, I'm gonna tell you guys a Joe Exotic story real quick. I actually met the guy.
You didn't.
Really? No.
Take a drink. Take a drink. That's two drinks. That's 2 drinks.
Swear, I put that on everything. I was scouting some talent a long time ago at a Texohoma show in Sherman, Texas, and he was there with, I guess he was doing commentary or something, and it was like intermission, and I go outside, get some fresh air, do some things, you know what I'm saying, and there's this big ass white limo there. I mean, it's not like a cool limo, it's just like a limo, but like it's like a SUV type limo.
Oh, okay.
And then I see the commentary guy come out, and it's fucking Joe Exotic, and we're talking and stuff, and I think we smoked some marijuana together a long time ago, and then we were cool, man. That was the only day I ever saw him. It was a cool
no
day.
shit.
Yeah, he was
a Ripple
cool
with the Tiger King.
That's
it. I just, before all the, like, watching this show, I'm like, this guy looks really familiar. His voice is really familiar. Like, the way he's walking in a limp, that little knee thing. Like, I remember him wearing a knee brace and stuff. I remember the fucking jacket and shit. Like, and then, like, as we keep watching it, and then as people are talking about it on the internet, like, yeah, he was here and here and here. And I'm like, holy shit, I was there. And I talked to that guy at intermission that one day. And I don't know. It was cool. He had a limo and everything. And it's true.
Damn.
He really did. He really did think he was, like, somewhere. He thought he was the best thing ever, man. He thought he was way more famous than he actually was.
Now,
This could have been our president.
I know.
He tried to be our president, I guess.
He tried to be governor of Oklahoma, too. And again, he's still not cutting his hair. He's still not wearing a damn suit. He's still not taking his piercings out. And he still broke as shit.
That's right.
And he still enjoys kinky sex and has done drugs in the past.
Hey,
so if you guys can,
he's in a place where he can have the most kinky sex he can, and and there's probably a lot of drugs there too,
Probably some of the best
still,
crank you could get.
And he still broke his shit too.
Shit, maybe.
So I guess moving off the topic of Joe Exotic, a little drinkski.
There we go.
Another drink.
Y'all about to take another one because I got a question for Nastico about our king.
Right.
So Nastico, would you, if Joe Exotic take a drink, were to become a wrestler, would you ever manage him?
I mean, are we talking about realistically or like fantasy land?
Like Fantasyland.
I'm trying to think what his finisher move would be.
He'd probably rip off like Tiger Mask's entire moveset. Let's be honest.
Probably a brain. His finisher is probably like a brain buster or something.
Or a butt buster, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
I went with brain because of the whole, give me some brain.
Oh, mine was better. Mine was
I was thinking
butt buster.
I was thinking he was gonna have like a Road Dogg's finisher where he goes and humps him in the back.
Oh no.
Or Goldust.
Oh man.
Or X-Pac with a Bronco Buster.
Oh, he'd like that. Anyways, I'm not trying to get down a weird road, but would I manage him? Yeah, dude, I'd manage anybody, man. Because he would actually, you see how hard he works. He's a hustler, man. He's going to do whatever it takes to get to the top. And that's the one I like, because I do whatever it takes. You already know that.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So, damn, Paul. Who's Paul?
Okay. So, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the luchador Príncipe Celestial.
Yes.
Okay. So
Actually, I've never actually met him in person. I don't think. If I have, I'm sorry, Principe.
But you know of him. So now you're obviously aware of the voice Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, Mr. Dan, Mr. We're over here now, Mr.
I'm over here, pal.
Over here, pal. We're live, pal. What else does he say?
It's the hottest ticket in town.
All right, everybody do your best Dan the Man impressions. Ready, go.
Wait, Dan the Man or Lieutenant?
No,
Dan?
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan, my bad.
I could do both.
Well,
I could do
here's
both.
my favorite Dan the Man impression. Fuck you, San Antonio.
Fuck you, San Antonio.
Is that what
I
he
made? I don't
Is that
know
his
why I made
signature?
it
No, but he
Oh.
started a promo recently. I think
Yeah.
it was at the No Strings Attached. Came out,
Yeah,
started a
Metal
promo by
Wrestling.
saying "Fuck you, San Antonio."
Speaking of starting of promos, one time Will Allday was cutting a promo for Inspire, and he says, "Eat my ass, Austin, Texas."
Fuck you, San Antonio! Oh, come on. That's uncalled for. That's uncalled for. Fuck you! Microphone here from Richard
Austin,
Whitaker.
Texas. Eat my ass.
Oh, that's nice.
It was great.
No way.
I hope there's footage of this.
Oh,
There is. Go, if you scroll his Twitter, he posted it and everything.
All right, let me go.
Oh, but it's like a ways down. It's like back when wrestling was still a thing.
Damn.
Rest in peace.
Damn, it's too soon. Too soon.
Whoa, hold on. So, Julio, what's your best Dan impression? The voice, Lieutenant Dan.
I can't do a Dan impression, but I can do a Rob Love.
All right, give us your Rob.
Oh yeah!
That was pretty good, man. That was pretty good.
Wait, Julio, keep going.
You that bitch! You son of a bitch!
Dude, that sounds pretty good,
That
man.
is
Like,
it's really good.
Say, shut the fuck up, San Antonio.
Shut the fuck up, San Antonio!
dude, honestly, the fact that I can't see you guys makes it sound even better.
You know what?
That's
Goddamn, Rob's not gonna want to be on the podcast now.
he's gonna have to.
You have to clip that and show it to him.
I am.
Fuck.
That was really good.
All right. That was
See,
pretty
Here, here's
shit.
mine. Here's mine. And the voice has spoken.
It needs more rasp. You need a little bit more rasp in your voice.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not very good.
At
So-
the voice, Lieutenant Dan. At the
I haven't
hottest
been to
ticket
Laredo in a
town.
long time.
It's the hottest ticket in town.
Ya no me quieren allá in Laredo.
Oh, damn.
See,
You're not
so
bad.
my
Up
impression,
to the alleyway?
I can't fucking do
nasty.
impression. That's all I gotta do.
Do an impression of me.
Oh fuck. I'm not really okay. See, here's the weird thing. I can't impersonate wrestlers but I can impersonate politicians and cartoons. Those are like the only two things I can impersonate. So here's fuck. Okay, this is the best impression I can do. Here's Beavis and Butthead. Whoa, I think I just figured something out. What, Butthead? This sucks. This sucks more than anything that's ever sucked before. We must find this butthole that took our TV. Tell me, was that not the best fucking impression you've ever heard?
That's pretty good.
Bro.
I don't know about the best.
It's up there. It's got to be up there. I pride myself in my Butthead impression and Beavis.
You
Yeah.
started off
Yep.
shaky, but you got better. How about that?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yo, so
Yeah,
we
so
we
to
left off
fit-
on the
On the Paul
Just-
story.
yeah, on the Paul story. Go ahead.
So So Dan, right, the whole PAL thing, we like to say it, Príncipe Celestial was pronouncing it Paul, I guess the way it's spelled. So we're writing to heavy metal, like I can't remember what show it was, but he's writing with us, and the whole time we're like, oh, damn Paul, or damn Pal, and he's in the back like, damn Paul, and we're like, what? Who's Paul? Who the fuck is Paul? And until we finally realized, like, he's trying to say Pal. So since then we're just like, damn Paul. And that's
funny.
But it was just, we're like, who the fuck is Paul? And it's now damn Paul.
Like, true shit, I've only been part of the Wrestlevlogs crew for like a few weeks, and already they have me saying damn Paul. I even say it at work, and everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who's Paul?
So what are your job duties as the newest member of Wrestlevlog?
He's pretty much our San Antonio correspondent.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much of the correspondent for all things San Antonio.
Researcher. He does a lot of research and background checks.
Background checks.
Did you have to carry all the bags in?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm kidding.
No, you have to pay your dues.
Ain't that right, Zilla?
Zilla, yeah.
Who's the leader? Who's the guy? Who runs the business?
Damn Paul.
Oh, Julio.
Yeah.
No.
So Zilla's the booker.
Yeah. So Julio's the host. I pretty much do everything back, the behind the scenes.
Oh, Julio ain't shit.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, I'm trying to find that clip of where he says, "Eat my ass, Austin." What show is this?
It was an Inspire show. It was maybe the last Inspire show.
Okay.
Back in September.
Now, if we're talking, we're talking about people who don't do shit. It's me. I literally just showed up with a dildo. I asked for a title shot. I put Cedric in a fucking chokehold, and then I got the title. And then I relinquished it, and then I became part of the show. That's literally the origin story.
Pretty much.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nastico, like, I first saw you when I went to the 420 show for Heavy Metal Wrestling. And,
oh wow.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I remember always seeing you also in what's the group called? Texas Independent Wrestling. I think it was on Facebook. So like I always, yeah, something like that. So I knew of you, but I never like knew you, if that makes sense.
I mean, that makes sense because I get it.
Yeah, so I was like, when I first saw you, I was like, who is this guy and why is it familiar? And I think in the match that night, I want to say you managed Phoenix Kid.
Oh God!
I think it was, because I think that was when you hit Johnny Bedlam with the kendo stick that night.
Oh, I didn't hit him with the kendo stick. Phoenix Kid hit him with the kendo stick.
Oh fuck! I remember you being involved somehow in that match.
Yeah. I'm without saying too much. I definitely managed Phoenix Kid against Johnny Bedlam.
Okay, good. So I'm not fucking stupid. Anyway, so that being said, can you tell me like a little bit about your time in heavy metal and like what was that like for you?
Man, heavy metal was awesome. It was a different experience, like it's literally at a bar, or it was whenever I was there, and it still was. Whenever wrestling will be back, I'm sure it'll be at a bar again, and everyone's right up on the ring. Everybody's drinking, everybody's rowdy, everybody's there to see some people get messed up. You know what I'm saying? See some shit happen, and there's just a different atmosphere. Like I said, there's no chairs. Everybody's just standing around the ring, which I like. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like unique because everywhere else is some chairs. You got to sit down. So heavy metal, there's literally. I mean, I don't want to say this, but like, there's literally no rules when you go to heavy metal,
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we're talking about my time there. I've been there, scouted some talent, you know, Jeff Gant, Dirty Dick Jeff Gant, one of my guys at Heavy Metal also when I go up there. And Phoenix Kid, I tried him out that day, you know, and it was a one-time deal kind of thing. So, I don't know. I'm kind of like an open book at Heavy Metal. Whenever I can get back up there, maybe I can shake some things up like I normally do.
Right.
Maybe bring some guys together. Maybe I can talk for some guys that need someone to talk for them. You know how it goes.
Because heavy metal, I'm gonna say it. We need Nastico. We need him.
I have a good relationship with heavy metal. It's just
for sure. Because I vividly remember you being at those first couple of shows that I went to back at the Guillotine. It was the 420 show for High and Dry, I think it was called, and then the one after that, Iron Sharpens Iron. Like, I vividly remember you being at those shows, and once those shows stopped, I was like, oh fuck, no more Nastico at the 502 shows. I was like, damn.
That's what I'm saying. You guys gotta get on the social media and be like, we want Nastico, you know, and I'll manage anybody, and usually it's a good time, and I'm a type of manager where I'm gonna try to put whoever I manage in the limelight, putting them out there on social media, you know, getting them the shots they deserve and making them more money and getting them some Joe Exotic love. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
take a drink. Get that little tiger boy love.
Oh yeah. So
my question to you guys, know the heavy metal, you guys know the heavy metal roster pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Who would you like to see join Nastico and tear shit up at heavy metal?
Oh man. I would definitely love to see Bartek. That's the first one that came to mind.
I was gonna say
Bartek, man.
Bartek.
He's the sheriff of heavy metal wrestling, and hey man, every sheriff needs his deputy. Every sheriff needs his commissioner. Every sheriff needs his
I'm
chief.
not a deputy. I was gonna say that's where you lost me. I'm nowhere in shape or form a deputy. Because deputies have to do too much work. I'm the sheriff, but I'll let him be the sheriff.
But hey, like I said, I can see it. I can see that working really good, and I can see y'all really getting under some people's skin with that shit. Besides, Nastico, are you really gonna let Dan the Man try to take over heavy metal?
Well, I gotta give respect where respect is due. Dan the Man is the man in those parts. You know what I'm saying? Austin, Texas, I believe Dan the Man is the manager there, and in San Antonio, I'm trying to think of the manager in San Antonio, but I think he is also the manager in San Antonio. But
he is. But
whenever you hear Dallas, you hear managers, you're gonna think of Nastico. Am I right?
Right on.
That's right.
But if Dan the Man were to come over here in Dallas,
be a different story.
It'd be that's what I feel like whenever I go to Austin and San Antonio. I'm like stepping on some toes, but that's what you got to do in order to get anywhere in this business sometimes.
Right. No, I only say that because I feel like there's a severe lack of managers in independent wrestling right now. You know,
it's just hard, man. It's just hard because not a lot of people choose at first that managing is what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the times it's a wrestler and then maybe he gets injured or maybe there's no more creative stuff for them, so they become a manager. You know what I'm saying? But they've been a wrestler before or something like that. And for me, I came into this wanting to be a manager because I grew up idolizing Paul Bearer, the Undertaker's manager, so much. Just the way he was in the storyline, but he wasn't in the storyline. Does that make sense?
No.
And he controlled the Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? He was fat. A fat, short guy with a suit. Not intimidating at all. He had a unique voice, unique look, but he had the best client ever in The Undertaker. And then the next Paul is Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, I grew up liking Paul Heyman too. Yeah. So, it's just...
Sorry,
And
what
you
were
would,
saying?
I mean, whatever you listen to what Paul Bearer would say. So, yes, he's this fat guy, but you listen.
Yeah, and the thing is I mean, a manager can really sell a wrestler. Like, think about Brock Lesnar without Paul Heyman. Just off the top of my head, how'd that go? Or Undertaker without Paul Bearer or Kane.
Kane, yeah.
Trying to think of some other or hell, Macho Man Randy Savage without Miss Elizabeth. Without Miss Elizabeth, we wouldn't have gotten Macho Man versus Hulk Hogan, for example.
Right. Yeah, I'm saying there's a lot of different dynamics that managers bring to the table, and I don't know if you guys ever watched any videos with me in it, or you've seen the matches I've been a part of. I try to, make it fun for the fans as much as I can, and I try to do what I can for managers because I came into this trying to be a manager, and I'm only 2 years in. I think I'm doing all right.
Oh, no, you're doing amazing. I mean, let me put it to you this way. So, I remember one of my most memorable moments was you managing Phoenix Kid during the 420 show at a Heavy Metal, and also the time I brought my friend who's never, ever been into wrestling and who's never been to any live wrestling, instantly pointed you out and was like, who the fuck is that fat guy in the luchador mask?
Whoa. I said Paul Bearer was fat. I didn't say you could call me fat, buddy.
To be fair, I did it. It was my buddy, so...
Nah, your buddy's a hoe. Your buddy's a hoe.
Ah, shit. Next
His
time
mom's
you see
a hoe,
too. You know who else is a hoe?
Who?
Not Joe Exotic.
But his Tiger Boys.
Take a drink, ski boys.
Damn,
Little
Paul.
drink ski. Now, so you say you started wanting to be a manager. So did you ever have any training for wrestling or?
Yes, actually, I actually had to do the wrestling training.
Really?
If you wanted to be a wrestler training, I went to DF because I knew Lamont Williams or Lou Gotti, the owner of VIP Wrestling, owner of the DFW All Pro, and I was around back in the day before I did this, before the training school was around, you know what I'm saying? So, I already knew him and stuff, and then I told him what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a manager, and he said, well, I'm not going to just let you do it because you're my friend. You're going to actually have to do the wrestling training. So I actually did the whole wrestling course, and I got my graduate certificate and everything to be a wrestler, but I decided to be a manager, if that makes any sense. So, I can take the bumps, I can do all the moves, and I can do whatever, I can do it, but I'm choosing to be a manager.
Hell yeah, man.
Because, sorry.
Because, the thing is, there's a lot of people I can be a manager too. I'm going to come and be this guy's friend for a while, and then maybe he'll let me walk out with him and stuff, and that's the most disrespectful thing you could do. For someone to manage someone without any training is so unsafe and so I don't know, it's killing the business. I feel like,
really,
you know what I'm saying? Because I can protect you if something happens, and I'm not gonna hurt nobody. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hurt myself or hurt the fans or anything. I know what's going down. There's training to being a manager as well. You see me get thrown off the apron, you see me take bumps. You're not just gonna let some random guy do that.
Right on. Because being a manager, like you mentioned, it's not all about being the mouthpiece or just walking this guy to the ring. Sometimes you gotta play dirty. Think about whenever what's his name, Jimmy Hart, for example. He would get involved in matches. Even one of my opinion, one of the more known independent wrestling managers, Brian Zane. I've seen videos of him getting involved in some matches when he's managing his boys in whatever show he's in.
Oh yeah, I always say, I always gonna do what I have to do to get the job done, and that means sometimes I gotta put myself in the way of danger so my client can not be in danger, then that's what I'm gonna do, man. Because that's what a manager's supposed to do.
Right. Now, since while you were training, did you ever maybe consider, hey, maybe I should wrestle one match, or were you just strictly
I'm not turning down matches. I'm not turning down matches, but my main focus is being a manager. And sometimes, maybe you bite off more than you can chew, and you're forced to be in a match. And if that when that happens, I'll be ready, and I'm not gonna be scared to go against some old stupid bald-headed guy from Houston that wants to fight me. And I'll sign on the line. I'll sign the contract. We'll have a match, but you're gonna pay me, and I'm gonna whoop your ass in front of your fans. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Paul.
So let's talk about a little bit more about your career. How was your first? Who was the first person you managed, and how was your first wrestling match as a manager? How did it go down?
Well, I started this whole thing. Let me just tell you a little backstory about Nastico. Okay, backstory.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was living on the streets of Venezuela. Just pobrecito, homeless, masked homeless man, just sitting there on the streets begging for change. And then some dude had his pimp suit on, had his pimp cane, gold chain, gold rings. He was all rich. He'd walk the streets and stuff, and and I ended up being that dude's number one go-to man. Like if he needed something done, he needed somebody taken care of, I was the guy. And that guy was Lou Gotti. Lou Gotti Stare was in Venezuela on some business ventures, and he snuck me over to the USA. So I'm in the USA now, living big in huge mansions, BMWs. I got all these nice things because of Lou Gotti. But my first ever person to manage, he was like a son to me. I brought him over here from Venezuela as well. His name is Muerte Infernal. Have y'all heard of him?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Muerte Infernal. I saved that kid from a burning building. That's why he wears a mask. His face is all burnt up. He's ashamed to show his face. But I saved him from a burning building, and I was the guy who brought him into wrestling to hone his. He had some deep anger, deep rage, burning inside of him, and I honed that into wrestling, and that's why he's so good nowadays, because of me.
So, not to cut you off or anything, so he's the Kane to your Paul Bearer.
Hey.
I mean, they're different, but I see what you're saying with the fire and stuff. But
The mask.
I see what you're saying.
And the manager and the.
I see what you're saying. It sounds similar, but this is real life stuff, man. Like he was abandoned.
I'm not saying you're ripping him off. I'm just tying the manager thing.
I'm gonna tie you up and show you.
Ain't that right, Joe Exotic?
Hey.
Another one.
But yeah, I don't manage him anymore. He got too Americanized. Whenever say you got a homie, right? He used to be cool, and then he turned it all weird and stuff. That's kind of how that was. Martin Infernal, he got all Americanized, started hanging out with Aaron Sykes, started hanging out with Healy O'Gara, and then he started talking. I liked it when he never talked. I was the person who talked for him. Then he started, I don't know, talking. He wanted to be the crew, and I don't know. Now he's a part of the crew. And he's a little soft man now. And now I manage the DFW cartel, which is Angel Camacho, Lou Gotti, the Onyx Camacho, Zara Camacho, and Killer Kate.
Right on.
Yes. So, how you mentioned, right, that you managed Muerte Infernal. You recommend me the match with the. It was a no boards, no ropes, bare boards.
Yes.
Or, you know which match I'm talking, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It was called the Hell and Back match. First ever of its kind. It was only the wood, so there was no pad or no anything. And then the ropes was a steel, a steel wire instead of like the padding on the ropes. And then the corners was just the metal hardware buckles,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, if you guys have some time, which I know you do because we're all quarantined, go to the DFW All Pro YouTube page and search Hell and Back match. It's the UFC versus the Crew. It was Anyways, what were you saying, Julio?
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you about that match. What were your thoughts running during that match, and what were your thoughts right after the match?
Well, a little backstory, man. Before all that, like, I don't know, it was all a plan. Let me just say, it was all a plan. Like, I've had this in my mind that, I don't know if you, here's a spoiler, if you've never seen that match. At the end of that match, I turned on Muerten for now. I kicked him in the nuts, and I pimp slapped him. And then they lost, and a stipulation of that match was that they were fired from DFW All Pro. Like, so I got the Crew fired from DFW All Pro. And what was running through my mind was, like I said, it's been a plan the whole time. Before that, it wasn't shown on there. I got kidnapped, actually. I got thrown in the back of a trunk and kidnapped, and nobody saw me for a while. And that wasn't a kidnap. That was a vacation. I was chilling with my new guys, my new team, drinking some beers. They had way more money. The Crew wasn't making me any money. And look at me now, living the big life. So what was running through my mind? It's all going to plan. That's what's going through my mind. And all did went to plan.
Everyone direct your attention to the chat.
I can see.
Yeah, I already seen the match.
I've seen it too.
It's a great match.
It's badass.
Did you see the end? The turn at the end? That was probably one of the defining moments of my career. Because before that, I was like, I wouldn't say I was a good guy, but I was way more reserved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cared what people thought. I wanted people to cheer for us. And now I don't give a damn if you cheer for us because we're so good that you're going to have to cheer for us eventually.
Right. Now, have you ever thought about expanding the DFW cartel? Like, have you ever thought about making, say, a Houston cartel or a San Antonio cartel of any?
I mean, that's a good idea too, but I like to think of, and it's going to get tough because the more places I work, maybe some lines will get crossed, and it's kind of happening now because I work more than one promotion. Like, I'm not trying to talk crap about other people, but like most managers only work their home promotion, and they manage their one guy, but I manage at different promotions, different people, if that makes sense. Like at Lucha Brutal, I manage Dave Sagan and Jordan Lennox, and we're Nastico. At DFW All Pro, I manage the DFW Cartel. At Sabotage Wrestling, I manage the Renaissance, which is Hyann, the Sea Stars, Rachel Rose, Joe DeMauro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like in my mind, every wrestling promotion is like a different universe. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like how I mentioned, every different promotion is a different universe. Every other place has their different style, their different characters and
story.
Yeah. Like in the Valley, it's of course way different from San Antonio and all that other stuff.
And it's tough though because like obviously fans see you for what you're doing, and they don't see the different promotions. They just see what you're doing. So like, oh, where's this person, or why aren't you with this person? You know what I'm saying? And it does get a little hard because you never want to talk bad about somebody that you manage because sometimes your guys have to go against them at certain promotions. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah,
and it gets tough sometimes, but I'm making it work. I don't know. Like I said, I manage some different groups at different promotions, and I'm actually really proud of that because I haven't seen that anywhere else. So
now, on the topic of promotions and managing, you were general manager of DFW, am I right? I think it was.
Actually, there was a DFW general manager named John Kaywood, and he retired recently. So, yeah, there was an election. Vote for Nastico was trending everywhere, and I won. I won the election. People say I cheated. There was a little video that I think someone doctored. It showed someone. It wasn't me. It showed a guy in a mask stuffing the ballot full of votes, but that wasn't me. So I won, and yeah, I'm general manager, and now I'm also a part of the board of directors at DFW All Pro, which is a step higher than a general manager. It's like the general manager's boss, but now we don't have a general manager anymore, so I'm like both right now. So it's a crazy time for DFW.
Right.
Yeah. So going back to how you say you manage different people from different places. Who's been the best person you managed so far?
I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not an idiot, Julio. Like, I know what you're trying to do. Everybody is trying to pull some dissension. Everybody tries to do that already. So, Julio,
Julio's the worst person.
You're the worst person I've ever managed, because that one time you pussied out, you didn't want to let me chop you. I remember that. Moritz Zilla remembers that. I was like, I remember that. You ready for the chop? He's like,
I'm a viewer.
He's like, it's
because I don't want to do it here.
Oh no! So what was the official excuse?
Well, it's because usually they're after the show, and of course we're doing there during the show. But the one, I didn't really want to do it. I honestly pussied out because I was like having this horrible flashback.
Joe Exotic.
Hey,
Joe Exotic boy.
Who chopped you right before that?
But one of the main who did Zilla? Was it a GCWA Corpus?
I think it was. It was after. It was Gino, ASF, Andy Dalton, and Thunder Rosa had gotten you like before that show.
Yeah, but we usually do them after the show. It's not really like a thing with during the show. So that's kind of pretty much the excuse. Well, two excuses.
But that was the first time that Nastico did manage Wrestlevlogs, so that was great.
Yeah, and honestly, I was so thrown off. I was so thrown off by you not wanting to let me chop you, man. So thrown off.
Well, I'll let you. I kind of miss getting chopped now. Last month, I got annihilated.
Hey, I ain't no bitch. I know how to chop. There's a few videos of some of my chops out there.
I'll study him pretty well.
So, on the topic of managing Wrestlevlog, out of all three of us,
oh god, neither, none of y'all, all three of y'all suck.
Oh, damn it!
But
damn it!
I will have to say, oh no, you're too new, bro. You don't have a chance. But out of Julio and Zilla, they're a tie, man. I don't know. Maybe whoever treats me better, like Joe Exotic, I'll manage them.
Whoever's the best Tiger Boy will be managed by Nastico.
Fuck you! I got all of y'all. I'm the best. I'll be the best Tiger Boy. Shit.
Damn, Paul.
Whatever you want, Nastico. Damn. I got you.
No, see, that's too easy. I don't want that.
Well, shit, I just worked myself.
Yes, sir.
All right. So,
all right, time for the segment?
Not yet. We're still. You want to ask him?
We're live, Paul. Well, he's not answering. Who's the best person that he's managed, or who he thinks the best person out of Dallas is?
Oh, okay. Just say who the best person out of Dallas that I don't manage.
Yeah.
Yeah, aside from Nastico.
Like that I don't manage, that I don't have any bias towards out of Dallas. I wish you guys would just watch Lou Gotti work. Our trainer, his matches. He has a match on DFW All Pro against Sammy Guevara. So good. He has a match against what's his name? Chandler Hopkins. It was so good. Like his match against Warren Johnson from Fly Death, so good. Like I feel like Lou Gotti Starrett is super underrated. He had a match against Andy Dalton, Ring of Honor a couple years ago that was really good. Like I don't know. Out of Dallas, I'm trying to think. Let me think for a sec. I mean, I guess. Man, you guys are putting me on the spot. Killer Kate. Well, she's DFW Cartel. I'll say my guy Nate Collins.
Nate Collins.
Yeah, that might be a cop out answer because I don't know who else to say, to be honest. But
and
he's my guy.
aside from wrestlers in Texas, what's probably the best promotion that you worked for aside DFW?
In Texas?
Yeah.
Man, you guys are trying to get me messed up. Let's see. I'm just gonna say 3. There's 3. I work for a lot of promotions in Texas, man. Like, let me say my main ones. Let me just tell them real quick. DFW All Pro, VIP Wrestling, Sabotage Wrestling, Lucha Brutal, Heavy Metal, Martinez Entertainment. That's a huge one. That's in Fort Worth, Texas. And then we got Laredo, LWA, and just some other ones here and there. But those are my main ones. You know what I'm saying?
Would you ever consider, I mean, if money was right or, all the stars aligned, ever coming down to any promotion in the Valley?
Yes, I've actually talked to a couple of people, TWL.
Nice.
What is it? What's that one show, man, that Celestial's on, that your boy's on?
Oh, Wrestling Revolution with Rob Love.
With Rob, I've actually talked to Rob Love about that. I was at what is it called? Galactic Pro. I was at one of those.
Oh, in San Antonio.
Yeah, and I talked to Rob Love there about it, and that was right before all this crazy stuff happened. So maybe when wrestling comes back, I can go down there. Another one that I've been seeing a lot on the internet is that Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
I talked to the referee that works at the Gulf Coast in San Antonio, and he said that he's gonna try to get me out there too. So I don't know. I had a lot of things in the works right before all this Corona stuff hit. Like I was gonna be in Florida the whole week. I had a couple of shows Nastico was gonna make an appearance on. It was big.
Man. So I guess while all of this is going on, these shows getting canceled, nobody's wrestling, nobody's doing anything. What are you doing to keep busy?
Well,
aside from watching Joe Exotic.
God damn it.
See, Nastico's a very busy man. Like, fortunately for me, all my business I can do from my phone, my computer. I can manage all my different businesses from home. So, like, it's all good. I'm taken care of. I have thousands and thousands of dollars put away for stuff like this. So, like, I'm prepared. I'm good. I'm washing my hands. I'm distancing from people. Still making money. So, it's all good. You guys still see me. I'm trying to bring wrestling out there just like you guys are too. You know what I'm saying? I do a little bit of a Facebook Live here and there. I'm going to do this promo tournament, which I haven't updated the people I need to, but there's a lot of things I try to stay busy, man. I try to keep wrestling alive in the dark times, just like you guys. And I see a lot of people these days are going live, and I love it, man. It's like everybody's going live now, and it's cool to see.
Hell yeah. And I was actually going to ask about that, if you were going to try your hand at that PPW promo contest.
What's the PPW promo contest?
Oh, so that wasn't the contest you were talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was another one. I feel like what?
Yeah, so Puro Pinche Pro Wrestling out of Kingsville is having a promo contest. Let me pull it up real quick.
Promotion name real quick.
So if you guys take a look at the screen, which I'm going to share again, this is the what is this? This is the promo contest. It is. You gotta call Chris Jericho. It's a 90-second time limit. You gotta challenge Chris Jericho to a match using the hashtag #CalloutChrisJericho. The payout is over $500. First place gets 60% of that. Second place 30%, and third place gets 10% of that.
See, I'm gonna do one, but I didn't think about charging money.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
No, it's still not. My shit's gonna be free.
Mm-hmm. That's the one you're talking. You have your own. Yeah, I saw that actually.
But this is a prize. That's how much you're gonna get for winning.
Yeah, like you get
I bet there's an entry fee though. No.
No, I think they have sponsors and everything. Yeah, like they're doing it to help talent and stuff like that. I don't know. Nice. Maybe you should try your hand at it.
Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna do a fun one. You know, I'm not nothing too crazy. I'll probably do like $20 to the winner.
A roll of toilet paper.
I got this gift card for Waffle House. I'll never use. It's $30.
Oh hell yeah!
Hey.
But nobody's gonna use that right now
because it's closing. Waffle House is closing.
Is it really?
Yeah, they already closed like 200 stores.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Well, I went once when I went to Dallas. That's when I first saw Nastico at a Dallas show.
What
New
show?
Japan weekend. The New Japan weekend.
Yeah, but what show did you see me at? The VIP?
Yeah.
You were at a VIP show?
I was at a VIP show.
Did I get gored by Rhino that night?
No. It was that night with Joey Ryan.
Dude. You want to know a backstory about that night?
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, I think I got like a heat stroke that night or something.
No way.
Oh, yes, dude. Because I was like full body cramping. Because that place was so hot. Do you remember how hot it was?
Oh, yeah. Dude, it was so hot, and then we were getting standing, because we got there late, and we got, like, standing room, and we were like, God damn, it's so fucking hot. Like, it was horrible.
And it was even, our locker room was outside, and it was so sunny and stuff, and I was in a suit. I had so much shit I had to do that night. Like, I was drenched before the first match. Like, my clothes, I have pictures I can pull up. My whole shit is all, like, soaking wet. Like, before the first match, I had to do a Killer Kate match. I had to do an Angel Camacho, or I had to do a Lugatti match, and maybe even like a UFC tag match. And then the big payoff, I was going to be able to be in the Joey Ryan match, and I was going to do some cool things that I didn't get to do because, like, I had to sit that one out, man. I couldn't move. I couldn't do it. I thought I was about to pass out. Like, I think I had a heat stroke, man. I had to drink like 2 cups of pickle juice. It was crazy. Oh.
Yeah, it was very hot. I mean, it felt pretty uncomfortable. Just like how we said, we were standing and we had to step outside at some point during like the intermission.
And it was hot outside too.
Yeah.
Shit. No, dude, that was a really fun day. But like, I'm really sad I didn't get to interact with Joey Ryan like I was supposed to.
Yeah, it was a good show, but like towards the end, it's because we drove like a 12. It was before Wrestlevlogs. All of this before Wrestlevlogs, but it was we drew like a 8-hour drive, but I didn't sleep at all because we left like at 11 at night the day before, and I was just sleepy. I was like, wait, what's going on? But I remember some of the stuff pretty well. It was towards the main event I got fucked up.
Man, it was so hot. That's all I remember. But then the next show, I think I got gored by Rhino.
So, Zilla, you want to add anything?
Yeah. So, being the manager that you are, obviously you gotta cut promos. You know, put people over. And here on the Wrestlevlogs podcast, we have a little segment, and it's called Roast This Pig. It's a 2-part. So, first part. We take a topic, anything, at random. and you got to cut a 60-second promo on that topic. And I guess since we've been on the topic this whole podcast, you got to cut a 60-second promo on Joe Exotic.
Oh God.
The Tiger King himself. So let me get ready.
Tell me when to go.
And I'll give you a few seconds to get into promo mode.
No, let's just go. Fuck it.
All right. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Joe Exotic. Let me tell you something real quick, Joe Exotic. With your blonde hair, your handlebar mustache, nobody's going to be riding that mustache anymore because your ass will be in jail. And you're to be the one that's going to be riding the mustaches. You see, Joe Exotic, you called yourself the Tiger King. Murder, Mayhem, and Madness. That's the name of your Netflix show. But you see, that's Nastico. I don't murder people. And I'm not mad. I'm not crazy. But I got the mayhem for you, Tiger King. I don't do meth. I don't like homosexuality. I'm okay with homosexuals, but I'm not gay. Tiger King, you're in jail. I also think that lady killed her husband, but I don't know. You're crazy, you're weird, and you're broke.
Okay. You did it with 5 seconds to spare.
That was real good.
That was perfect. So you did it with 5 seconds to spare. So for the next segment, or for the second part of the Roast This Pig, well, actually it's called Roast This Host. We'll add those 5 seconds onto it. So this part, you have to cut a 65-second promo now. You can either do it on a specific person from Wrestlevlogs, or you can roast all of us collectively. Up to you. Don't tell us. Just as soon as we start the timer, go full blast. Just like Joe Exotic.
Oh.
Hey, okay.
Take a little drink, Ski.
Cheers.
All right.
So 3, 2, 1, go.
Wrestlevlogs. Julio, Zilla, and the new guy that I don't know his name. You see, Wrestlevlogs, you bring me on the show to try to ask me questions, but at the end of the day, I know you brought me on the show so you can get some more viewers. Wrestlevlogs, collectively, I hate you all. You all stink. Julio, you didn't let me chop you. I saw the fear in the eyes. Back in the eyes, I saw the little twinkle. Like you were a little boy. Like, no me pegas. No, you didn't want to get hit. And Zilla, I saw the way you were holding the phone when you were videoing me. You were shaking because you never been around someone so awesome as Nastico. And new guy that I don't know your name. Shut up. I hate you all and good night.
I fucking thought.
Fuck, that was fucking hilarious.
Probably the best Roast This Host and Roast This Pig.
That is the best fucking roast I've ever gotten.
Hey, I just said what I was thinking.
Here's the thing though, it's like,
Shut up! Shut up!
That was Rob Love.
I was like, that's a little Rob Love there, but no, I was like, damn.
I was going for more of a Gino. Shut up.
Oh, true story about Gino. So at one of the heavy metal wrestling shows, I was the only one out of my friend group that I took cheering on for Gino, and I was like, yeah, Gino, fuck him up, the usual. And he gets thrown out of the ring onto our side, and I'm like, right in front of him, I'm like, yeah, Gino, fucking get him. He looks me dead in the eye and goes, shut the fuck up, and just get back in the ring. And I was like, hey, fuck you, man, I was cheering for you. And later on, I caught him at an RCW show. I told him about that, and all he says is, oh, shit, I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
Oh, man.
There's a little treat for y'all in the chat.
Oh, man. Oh, why
hold
you
on.
gotta do
I thought-
this?
I don't see
I thought
it.
that was DDP for a sec.
I don't see it.
It's
Wait.
me. It's Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic.
It's Joe Ecstasy.
Oh man.
I did see a picture of Joe Exotic and what's his name? The Maharaja.
Oh,
his name?
Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Aw,
Man, well, let's talk
terrible.
about that. He had a good title run, man.
really did. And now
Too
look
good.
at him. He's what is he doing?
Is he even on TV anymore?
I don't think. I haven't
Is
seen him
he even
in a
on
while.
WWE?
Yeah, he's still in WWE. No, I know he had a few runs with the 24/7 title.
Yeah, he lost it on the plane to R-Truth. I think it
was-
was on the way back from Saudi.
Let's talk about titles.
He
What's
did
going on with your title?
Well,
Uh,
our current champion is the 2005 Volkswagen Jetta.
No, I get
Gosh.
that, but where is the title? You have it?
It's currently in the trunk of my car. We had some things planned. We had some things planned for the PPW show, but with all of this happening, we had to, take a little break off of that. And
Spoiler.
I just want to say
What?
one thing though. I'm the only champion who had to relinquish his title.
No,
Yes.
Pumpkin
I'm
Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
Pumpkin
Oh
Morgan
fuck, I
from-
forgot. Yeah.
GSL had a
Yeah, she did. But to be fair, I did it to help out Julio. Nastico, do you want to know that reason?
I heard you. Why?
So the reason I had to relinquish my title is to help Julio get laid.
Oh yeah,
Did it work?
it did.
I don't know Julio did it.
Oh, with this
Well, he
corn
turned-
shit, I doubt it.
Well,
Man.
Now, Nastico, would you ever try to become the Wrestlevlogs champion?
I think he told me about it.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, that's true.
damn.
Listen, Nastico does whatever he has to do to put himself in the best spot to succeed. So if that means I gotta be Wrestlevlogs champion and bring it to Dallas where it's out of your grasp, then I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Well, you're not the only one. We have some punks from San Antonio that are wanting
not
to get
gonna-
that title as well.
We're not gonna
Not
mention
gonna
their name.
drop.
Yeah,
but-
not gonna name drop.
You don't want to give
All-
him the rub.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is, hey, I'm in San Antonio too, and our curfew is until 12, so they got all day to come by.
So what's
Just
up with that
saying.
curfew? Like, you go outside, you're gonna get shot or what?
Oh,
Uh,
actually, okay. Funny enough, SAPD has come out and said we're not gonna stop you if you're out past curfew.
Wow.
I don't know how true that is, but
That sounds so
Yeah, that's-
RGB.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's.
trying to.
I actually
trying to
saw
touch
somebody
that.
get pulled over here. We have a curfew too. I think it's well, I don't, it went from a curfew to where you couldn't be out unless you were essential from like
Yeah.
midnight to 5 a.m. Now they changed it to the stay at home, whatever you want to call it. And apparently, if you go out, you either get fined or you can serve jail time.
That's how
So
it is here.
I have no
See,
idea how true
On
that
the
is.
radio this morning, they said we won't be taking anyone to jail, but we will be giving out the tickets.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, I'm immune because I'm an essential employee, so
Mhm.
fuck the curfew.
1 second. Hey, you never? I just saw a thing on the internet said police officers are going to the bridges and going to be enforcing martial law maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
shit.
Dallas
I'll ever
tonight.
play
Wow.
home. Say, I was just playing Homefront
Yeah.
Revolution today on PS4, so might need to use what I learned in the game in real life.
But I mean, I don't want to discredit that or anything, but I've seen that a couple of times. The martial law thing,
Mhm.
and it
I
has
just
not
wanna
been
say-
yet. But it's scary if it does.
I also want to say,
Yeah.
FBI, if you're listening, I'm just joking. Please don't raid my house.
Now, what's your take on all of this? Like, these stay at home and these curfews.
I mean, I agree with it. Like, you obviously see what it did to China, what it did to Italy, and now we're ahead of them in the number of cases and the number of deaths and stuff. So, like, maybe not the number of deaths, but the number of cases were definitely ahead of them, and they took the precautions. we're not taking the precautions. We're going out to spring break and stuff. So I think the stay at home and the curfew is a good thing. Just to try to keep it isolated and keep everybody home.
Hell yeah.
What do you think about it? And are you mad about it or what?
I'm not mad about it. What I am mad about is what it's done to wrestling. That's really the only thing. And entertainment in general, like not just wrestling, but movies are getting delayed. Like we can't really enjoy sports anymore. It's like that's the thing that's got me mad. Yeah, exactly. Like I had tickets to go see Flaco Jimenez, and that shit got canceled, and I'm so fucking bummed.
Will you get your money back?
Well, the venue, they don't really do refunds, or the promoter really doesn't do refunds. Wow. I mean, it was only $15, so it's not the end of the world. But the reason I really got bummed is because it got booked the same day as the Ring of Honor show here in San Antonio on June 6th that I paid $80 for. So
I might be at that show if it still happens.
Yeah, I was like, well, fuck, if that happens, well, shit.
So how long do you guys think it's going to happen?
Fuck, good question.
With the way people are acting, because people really aren't taking it serious or following these laws or anything.
I go to work.
I
go to work every day, and then I feel like everyone there just treats it as a normal day. Because I still see people like not washing their hands, man. Like I don't watch them, but like it's easy to see who does and who doesn't just by people leaving the restroom with wet hands and drying their hands off, Or
I mean, and I see it for again, I don't want to give away where I work, but I do work in the healthcare industry, so it's like
you're a nurse.
Like I said,
it's a male nurse for Joe Exotic.
Yeah, I'm a male nurse for Joe.
He's a Chris Cruz version of Exotic, or was it Joe Exotic?
Yeah, I'm the Chris Cruz of the Joe Exotic world.
Dude, Jackson Stone just put a tweet said Jackson Stone versus Tim Storm, Joe Exotic Compound 2016, and he put the link to the match on it. He had pyro and everything.
Yeah.
Damn, can we just acknowledge the fact that this motherfucker got pyro?
Well, I mean, that's not even really pyro. We could do that at a regular show, I feel like. Look at that.
I mean, the thought of it, it's like, damn, this dude could have been like, I'm Joe Exotic.
He had a little twitch, a little. Boom. We could do that at a little show, that little pop and smoke. Let me see this one. Hold on.
What is that even? Is it just
boom. And sparklers.
Probably like some gunpowder or something.
No, that's the sparklers. Let me ask you guys a question. Who's y'all's favorite Texas wrestler?
Oh, man.
I like to ask questions.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Turn it over.
The tables have turned. Shit.
Julio. I'm going to guess Mark. Or I'm going to guess Gino. I called you Mark. Gino.
That's a shoot, Paul.
That was a shoot. I said Mark.
Nah. I don't really know. There's too much great
Gino,
talent.
And what you got?
Gino, Bañalo,
Hey, Nastico, just say quema no quema que.
I don't get it. How do I say it?
Quema o no quema que.
Quema o no quema que. Are you gonna edit that into a voice clip?
Yeah, I'm gonna make that a little ringer.
No, but going back to the
favorite wrestlers.
Let's see. Shit.
Texas independent wrestler.
I can't even.
Right. I don't have like a favorite, but I have a few
Top
that
three. How about top three?
Oh, top three. I could do that. Fuck. I guess I'll start first. So Moonshine Mantel is up there.
Oh, he's good. He's a beast.
Moonshine Mantel.
That's a
Gino,
guy I'd love to manage. I'd love to manage Moonshine.
Gino's another one.
I'm not gonna lie, Gino's probably my favorite Texas one.
Gino's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Who else?
and he's like developed so much these last years.
And fuck. Now the third one, it's like fuck. Probably Ruben Steele. Ruben Steele, definitely.
Dude, Ruben Steele gave me a stunner once.
No way.
Oh,
y'all didn't see that video clip?
I don't think so.
Let me try to find it and send it to you. But yeah, I tried to offer him my Nastico shirt, and he took it, he put it on, and then he's like, you know what? He said something. He just started yelling. I don't know what he was saying, and then he stone cold stunned me, and then he rubbed my shirt on his taint.
Sweet.
And then you sold it to a fan.
I actually don't know where that shirt is. Maybe I wore it the next day, and that's why I got pink eye. But I don't know. So, Julio, who's your favorite wrestlers?
Top three.
Oh, man.
Texas.
I mean, if you want to just say one.
Just say Gino.
Or you could kill him.
Is Gino the Intercable?
I don't think he's not even
the Latin heartthrob.
No, I think you butthurt that Gino doesn't reciprocate the love back. So you're like, you know what? I don't even like Gino. You're all butthurt.
I would say number one. I'll say Dirty Andy Dalton.
He's
number
your favorite?
Top three. I don't really have a favorite. I don't.
Because you don't want to make nobody mad.
Yeah, because then they're gonna chop me.
Oh fuck! I just
you don't care what people think.
I got honorable mentions. It's okay. I got many honorable mentions.
After I say these three, rest of everybody else honorable mentions. But I would say Dirty Andy Dalton. Probably someone else very underrated is ASF.
Oh yeah,
dude. People are seeing him.
I was gonna mention him too.
Hey, I've heard him on a couple of guys' lists. Like Ricky Starks said he was his favorite in Texas.
Mm-hmm. ASF is amazing.
Yeah. Also, we don't gotta forget about our female talent. I'll say number 3, Roxy.
Yeah, she's amazing. Only a matter of time so she gets signed, in my eyes.
Yeah, it's true. She's going places.
Dude, it's only a matter of time. Like, she's young and she's like good at wrestling and like, you know what I'm saying? It's just there.
She really is a prodigy. Like, she lives up to her name as the prodigy. She's been doing it since she was 13, 14. She said.
Mhm. And she's been trained by a lot of people from different types of wrestling, so that helps out a lot.
And she's already like, it's just a matter of time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm calling it within at least next year, the year after, whenever wrestling decides to come back, she's gonna get signed somewhere big.
I'll say next year.
I'm calling it.
On this time.
Depending when wrestling comes back.
Yeah, that's true.
For all we know, this shit could go until December.
I think High End should be signed too. I think she's super.
Oh yeah,
High End's amazing too.
Yeah.
I think now that she moved to Chicago, she'll work more places and get some different eyes on her, and then they'll see it too. So she'll take over that area.
She was supposed to wrestle Chris. What was her name? The alien from AEW.
Oh, Chris Statlander.
Yeah, she was supposed to wrestle her for a title for a very known promotion at Chicago. I can't remember the name. AEW, I think, is it?
AEW.
Wait, she was supposed to what?
She was supposed to wrestle for the Women's Championship at AAW or whatever.
Oh, AAW.
AAW.
Yeah, so.
Oh, you man.
So yeah, Zilla.
Top 3 Texas wrestlers.
Top 3, probably no order. Bañalos, ASF, Great Scott, and Andy Dalton.
I was just my honorable mentions. I gotta go Great Scott, Pistoleto, Banderas. Joe DeMaro's another one too. I'm trying to think. Oh, there's so many where it's like you put me on the spot like that, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Like Dallas
talent.
I'm trying to think of like y'all have like y'all set of talent over there, and then Dallas has like Chandler Hopkins, Andy Dalton, like all the DFW All Pro people, and then like it's just crazy the different dynamics, you know.
It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, but Texas is where it's at, man. In my opinion, for independent wrestling, period.
Dude, think about if like the territories were back, like Dallas would be a territory, and then San Antonio and like Laredo, McAllen, all that, or the Valley, all that would be south, and then there's some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be crazy.
It'd be good shit.
Yeah, a little thing I had posted. I think it was yesterday. When all of this is over, a whole little Texas style Super Junior Cup type tournament. What do you guys think on something like that?
That would be badass.
I think there were people trying to do that already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the guy from Inspire Pro was talking about how they thought of doing something like that, but it never really like worked out. But
I think it should be good because that could be like the show of shows for Texas after it comes back. And it kind of like how we kind of mentioned with Richie Garcia in our first episode, like kind of like answers the question of who could be on that show, because each city could have their talent and eventually goes on to the finals or whatever.
Who did you say would win it?
We didn't really say who would win it. You just kind of brought the question of we asked them who would you book to be on the show of the first comeback show when this is all over, and he's like, well, really it's like it kind of boils down to like who deserves to be on that show, because there's a lot of people who would deserve to be on that show. How do you answer that question?
Yep, I would get all the champions that are in the area, or in Texas, all the Texas champions and all the one previous Texas champions, and then boom, put them all in there.
Damn. Yeah, that's a
good
idea.
Like say every promotion that enters, that once their promotion represented, they put their top champion in, and then they put the person who just previously lost the belt in there, and that's 2 people from each promotion. And if I don't know how many people you want in this tournament.
I think they were looking at 48, so that's a lot of people.
Okay, then do the 2, and then sometimes there's a secondary champion, so automatically put him in, and if not a secondary champion, put like the third most favorite person there. You know what I'm saying?
See, I think what would be cool to have like each promotion have like their qualifier matches, and then from there, you get your top, like you said, get your top 2 or top 3, toss them into like the main tournament, and then fill it out. Or the tournament will be like 24 or so people, but in total it's like they said from 24 to 48. So have those qualifier matches leading into the tournament, which kind of gives each promotion like, okay, I want to go to the show. Like, they're gonna have these qualifier matches, and then maybe people will be like, okay, now I want to go to the tournament. So I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool to do, and I think people would be excited to kind of see something like that after everything's back.
Who do you think would make it to the finals?
Definitely Barrett Brown. Maybe Gino.
ASF.
You know what? I think that there's a guy that y'all haven't said his name yet, and I want you to cut this, and I want you to show him I said this. Because I think he needs all the praise. There's 2 guys that you gotta put some more respect on their name. First guy is Fuego del Sol.
Yeah, he was one of the top picks too.
He doesn't like live in Texas, but like he's done a lot of significant work in Texas.
That's true. That's true.
And Fuego, like every time I see him, gets better and better.
He's a good wrestler. I saw him last year. He went up for an RCW Young Gun show, and he went up against I think Gino, and man, he held his own.
Speaking of RCW, Nastico manages the DFW cartel at RCW as well. Lou Gotti and Angel Camacho just recently had a tag match against the Pillars for the tag team titles. Although we came up a little short. At the end of the match, the DFW cartel we were the ones standing, and the Pillars were laid flat after Angel Camacho splash. That's all I'm saying. And whenever wrestling comes back, RCW, the DFW cartel is coming because there's not another tag team there that can stand up against us. The Pillars, you beat us, but at the end of the match, you knew who the real men were, and that's us. That's a shoot, brother.
Wow.
Now, who's the other person that you think is overlooked?
Oh, the other person. I need you to tell him I said this too. I think he's one of the rising stars. If he's not already the best, he's gonna be the best. His name is Will Allday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Will Allday's my guy, man. Will Allday is a professional. He is already a professional. Like, just talking to him, you can tell like he's a professional wrestler. Like, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Like his mind, his head, like his demeanor backstage in the locker room. There's no BS. It's just straight. I'm here for wrestling. I'm here to look the best. I am the best. Like, I'm gonna go make this money at the merch tables. Like, he's here to make a name for himself, and he is making a name for himself. And I have to say, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do maybe a suicide dive. I don't know what it's called. Maybe through the top rope or over the top rope. I don't know, where you run and dive over it. I don't know what it's called, but he goes the furthest, I think. Like, he flies the highest, I think. I don't know. I like Will Allday. He's really good.
Right on.
We gotta get him on the show soon. We were gonna get him on the show. Yeah.
I noticed you guys didn't say his name at all. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. We were actually gonna, like, months before we were doing interviews. We were supposed to. Allday was scheduled, but then something happened. So.
Oh yeah, he was booked for TWO, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was supposed to wrestle Matt. Oh, he was in a four-way, something like that. But yeah, we were hoping to get him someday soon when everything just gets fixed.
All right, who do you think is super underrated besides ASF?
Dan Paul. Speaking of Dan Paul, I'll say Prince Celestial.
Pistolero Banderas. That's mine.
I've never seen either of those guys work in person.
They're amazing. They're really
I've
good.
seen social media stuff, and I'm intrigued. I'm ready to watch.
Yeah, I'll say Príncipe Celestial. I mean, he's been telling us that he just wants his name out there, and I feel like he should. He has the skills to be out there. He has great technical skills. I say he's a Mexican technical wizard, and great lucha style. So I'll say he needs more exposure out there.
What is he lacking? What do you think he's lacking then?
I just think he's lacking exposure. I just feel like more people need to know about him, and then also him needs to go beyond and promote himself.
Yeah, he needs to put in the miles.
Here's the thing I say. You have to drive to places. You got to do the drives, brother. Like, that's just, I know that's like oversaid, but you just got to do the drives. You got to get in the cars. You got to go. Like, how do you expect someone to hire you for a job if they've never seen you? You know what I'm saying? Like, think of it as an interview. Like, go to these shows, shake the hands, or nowadays fist bump, or just wave nowadays, I guess, because of the corona. But, like, meet the people you got to meet, set up the rings, like, just be there, because it's just all about being there, man. Like, so many people want, like, people, and this is what here's advice. Go out and get it. Do not wait for it to come to you. Don't just sit there and wait for someone to hit you up, message you like, hey, you want to work these shows? Because that's not always going to happen, man. You gotta be the one messaging people like, hi, my name is this. did this. Like, I'm interested in working your show. Can I send you some, footage? Like, the messages you got to send to people to get booked, like stuff like that. You got to send those every day. If you're not sending a message or you're not promoting yourself every day, then you're not doing it right. Like, I try to do something every day on social media, just, because I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. It's a tool, so you have to use it. Like, I get it. It wasn't a tool back in the day. Like, back in the day, they didn't have social media. They didn't have telephones. They had to literally write letters by hand or type it or whatever and mail it. And we don't have that. Like, we have emails. We have instant message. We have a freaking Snapchat or whatever. So, like, I'm going to use that because that's what we're supposed to do, I feel like.
Yeah, like how I mentioned, I think he has a good resume. He already wrestled. He wrestled a Dragon Lee already, Otto Jr., a bunch of people from CMML down here in the valley. But like how you said, he needs more exposure. Needs to get out there. Social media. That's a big platform for everybody.
Well, that's what Dale Dempsey was talking about on the last podcast about how just going to the shows, like you said, Nastico, going to the shows, shaking the hands, setting the ring, and just showing up because you never know, someone might not be able to make it, and
exactly
you're there to fill that spot.
Exactly, and then I've been at a show where a promoter had his show booked or whatever, and he had extra people show up to shake the hands, set up the ring and stuff, but like some of the talent was getting all comfortable and not helping at all, and literally coach switched the card up and booked the person who was just there and like unbooked somebody that was just sitting there not helping. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You gotta pay your dues.
I mean, always, like, dues are something that'll never be paid in full. Like, you always gotta be paying the dues to someone who has more experience to you, because that's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. Like, tenure is a big thing in wrestling. You have to respect it, I feel like.
And I guess to segue into it, and kind of wrap things up a little, well, I guess you kind of already did, but what kind of advice would you give to anyone trying to get into the business, whether it be a wrestler or like you, a manager?
My advice to anyone trying to get in the business, number one, 100%, find a wrestling school, a reputable wrestling school. Do your research. Don't just type wrestling school, my city or whatever, and go to that first one. You got to do the research. Go to the shows that they're affiliated with, like, because the name that you put behind you will dictate some stuff for the rest of your career. Because think about it, like, all these new people, where they train. Like, anyone from DFW All Pro, they're from DFW All Pro. Anybody from Hybrid Wrestling, they're from Hybrid. Like, everything, like, you just gotta search for the right one that's for you. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of good schools, especially in Texas, like I just said, Hybrid, DFW. I'm not really sure of other ones besides those. I know there's a lot more than that, but in Denton, there's Athena is doing a dojo in Denton.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Athena, she's Ember Moon, WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But my advice is you're gonna get out of wrestling what you put in. Like, so you put in some work, you're gonna get that success in return. There's a lot of people that do the training, they graduate, and then they sit there because they think, I'm supposed to be famous now. Like, I'm supposed to be there right now. But no, there's some people that wrestle for 10 years plus before they get signed. And then there's also people that wrestle for 2 or 3 and then they get signed. It's just the way it is. Like, you got to put in the work until you get there. You got to always be putting on the work, always stay grinding, never stay normal, always be doing something to do better than you were, because there will always be someone that's more stronger than you. There will always be someone that's more better looking than you. There's always someone that can talk better than you, so you just got to keep going, man. Never give up, because I see a lot of wrestlers or trainees to be wrestlers, they quit when they're so close because it just gets too much, because outweighing wrestling in real life is tough. A lot of people try to revolve their life around wrestling, or they try to revolve wrestling around their life, but if you really want to be successful as a wrestler, you got to revolve your life around wrestling. I think I said that right the second time, but yeah, there's a lot of people that revolve wrestling around their life, but to be successful, you have to revolve your life around wrestling. Wrestling's got to be your main goal, like 100%. You can't just do it on the weekends. Sorry, I could talk about that for a while.
No, go ahead.
You're good.
You can't just do it on the weekends, man. Like, you gotta always be doing something to better your career if you're gonna do it. Like, if you're a wrestler, you gotta be always doing something to advance yourself somehow.
Yeah, always gotta find, like he said, use social medias, use different platforms, and share your clips, all that good stuff. And,
see, my thing that I could do better, I feel like I'm gonna get a camera, like a better quality camera, not my phone, like an actual camera. You know what I'm saying? To film videos, like that's my next step, is just film better quality products. So like you manage what you put out there, so why not put the best quality stuff? So like from now on, my like goal is to not put any bad quality like film. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
just,
you gotta
everything to be high quality.
You gotta invest in yourself, and like I guess to throw ourselves into it. Like we had a crappy like $10 mic. You know, we went out Guitar Center and bought like some decent equipment. We needed a better stuff for editing. I went out and bought a fucking laptop. So you gotta invest in yourself and put out better content. You know, in order to, or else, you know.
And it happens over time. You know, it's not all gonna be all at once. Like you just gotta adapt and adjust to any kind of situation and always be evolving. Like me, I started off with my suits, and then I started off getting better masks, and now I wear better shoes, and it's just little by little, like things are just getting, like you just have to keep getting better and better. Like I do more stuff on social media, so now my next step is to do better quality stuff for social media, like no more cell phone videos. I know cell phone videos work now because we all have the same phones or whatever, but like I'm trying to do like the HD camera stuff.
I mean, you gotta also keep in mind, like being the elite all started like
on phones.
Off a cell phone.
Yeah. So I'm not hating on the cell phones at all. I know you can do it because I know nowadays cell phones are really good, but you can tell when somebody you go to Instagram, you swipe up, and then you see all these like famous people's posts. It's like perfect, right? Yeah. That's not. Sometimes it's a cell phone, but like sometimes they got different cameras.
Yeah. And
stuff like the film, the little vignettes people do. I don't know.
All right. So, like how Zilla said, just wrapping things up. Any advice do you want to give out? This is advice for the situation that we are in right now. Wrestlers, non-wrestlers, people in general. Any advice you want to give out there?
Just a message, anything.
Man, this is my message to everybody: is just weather the storm. It'll get better. Like if we help it get better, we just gotta wash our hands, sanitize everything, practice social distancing, and just stay home. Only go outside when you really need to, like for food and emergency reasons. And I mean, it's serious. Treat it as it's serious. Like obviously, it's not affecting you right now, but what if it did? You know, like then you'll be panicking. So you gotta be prepared before that happens, and just stay safe, everybody. Like I don't know. It's just a crazy time, man. Like obviously, we've never experienced this in our lifetimes. We're pretty young. I'm kind of scared because, like, what if I get it? You know, or what if, like, one of my loved ones get it? You know what I'm saying? It'd be really scary because no one I know personally is affected by it yet, you know? But I think about like, if they do, like, what happens? You know, obviously you can't go console them. You can't go take care of them because then you'll get it. So, like, it's just some crazy stuff.
Yeah. Definitely. Anywhere, you know, obviously social media, stores, anywhere we can follow you, find some of your merchandise.
No, I don't have any stores yet. People have been telling me I should do a pro wrestling tees. I've been thinking about that. I don't really know how the pro wrestling tees store works. I do have Nastico shirts and Nastico pictures and a couple of Nastico kids masks that I have personally. You'll just have to message me. On Twitter, I'm Nastico with 2 O's, so it's NASTICOO. And on Instagram, it's NASTICO_. And on Facebook, which I'm probably most active on, is Nastico Manage. They made me make it the last name, so that was my last name. You can call me Minaj if you want. Nastico Manage. I think I just have it. Yeah,
like Joe Exotic with his boys.
Twitter, Snapchat. Oh, I don't have Snapchat. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Hell yeah. Any words you want to give out to Joe Exotic?
Joe Exotic, I'm glad I didn't get in your limo that day. I think you were trying to recruit me to be one of your boys, but then you soon found out. Exactly, you soon found out I didn't do meth. So I'm sorry I didn't do meth with you in your limo that day. I'm not sorry, but I don't know. That's all I have to say about that.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry, buddy.
All right, Nastico. Thank you for coming on here. It's been a wild ride with you and Joe Exotic. No pun intended.
Oh God.
But no, for real. Thank you for coming out here. It was an awesome time. That's really it. As for us, this has been the Wrestlevlogs podcast. Follow us on social media. You can follow me at El Chazo on Instagram. That is ELCHAZZZO. On Twitter at El Chazo with two Z's. And yeah, that's really it. You guys want to plug your other social medias?
Yeah, you can follow my Instagram at Moichzilla. That's MoichZiilla. On Twitter, it's Merchzilla, MERCHZIILLA. Julio's gone, so his Instagram is Julio_Vasquez, VASKES. Sorry, I'm already doing it. Twitter is Julio_Vasquez, VASKES. I'm sorry. And follow Wrestlevlogs on all social media. That's just at Wrestlevlogs. Closing message, be nice to people and wash your fucking hands.
Wash your fucking hands.
That's right.
We'll send Richie Garcia, Gino, Neat Remedy,
Rodney Mack.
Now Nastico.
Del Dempsey.
Yeah.
They'll fuck you up. And Joe Exotic and his 200 Tigers.
They'll all fuck you up. Just wash your fucking hands.
All right, that's a wrap, boys.